Okay, I guess what I'd like to do here today is demonstrate this turret tool post and put it into a cut and let you see how it cuts and how it handles a good deep cut on the lathe. First of all, the turret tool post has 4 tool locations, and right now I have 4 tools mounted in the turret tool post. And what we do is we unlock the turret tool post, rotate a new tool into cutting position, lock it down again, and it's ready for a cut. When we complete that cut, we unlock it and we go and put the next tool into position, and it's ready for a cut. So I guess what I'd like to do is demonstrate making a little part on here, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to put the first tool into position, bring it up to the part. I'm going to turn the lathe on here. There we go. That's a very nice looking chip that it's producing. Nice solid cut. That chip is a little warm, but that's a very nice chip that came off of that. Kind of demonstrates how solid that setup is, which is important to have on a tool holding device like this. Now I'm going to make one more cut before we change it. Just about finished now. Tool into position, and I'm going to round over the leading edge of this piece and put a bullnose cut on it. You can see that that's handling. This is a very heavy cut because this is it's actually a 1/4 inch diameter radius, and it's handling that cut very, very well without any chatter. And just look at the finish on that piece. That is really nice. Then I'm going to do another heavy cut here. This cut is 3/8 of an inch wide. We are going to be taking a very wide cut, but look at how it handles that cut without any chatter. That again shows the rigidity that's in this tool post. Very rigid, very important to have that feature when you're turning steel. You don't want chatter coming into your part. That was a deep cut and a wide cut. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to rotate a new tool into position. I'm going to chamfer that part. Take the sharp edge off the back edge of it. You won't see much of a chip here because it's not a very deep cut. I'm going to shut it off, and we're going to part this part off using a rear-mounted cutoff tool, and we're going to drop this part off here. This rear-mounted cutoff tool, which is something that I'm eventually going to have plans for, is a very handy thing. The tool is mounted upside down on the back of the cross slide. Now there's our part. A little nubbin left on this end from the cutoff tool, which is common. To finish that off, we would put that back into the lathe and come in and make a little facing cut on there. But anyway, that part was produced quickly and without chatter using that turret tool post that we have the plans available for, and that was done very fast. Just to show you the difference in the two different size tool posts that we have plans for, this is the larger one that's mounted on the lathe here. That's the 2.5 inch square tool post. It has a 1/2 inch tool slot, so it will accept tool bits up to a 1/2 inch square. This is a smaller version. I'm just showing it side by side with that other one as a, for a size reference. This one is 2 inches square, has a 5/16 tool slot, and will naturally hold tool bits up to 5/16 square. I have another version of that small tool post right here. This one has been custom built to fit a Unimat DB200 or SL1000 lathe. It's a little bit lower, so that, and it's made to fit that particular lathe. But I do want to show, before we end here, the construction features of this tool post. If we take it apart and take the turret block off, you'll see here 3 ball bearings that are in there, are spherical shapes, balls, and that's what locates the tool both radially and brings it back into location every single time. It locks down. This is a 12 position tool post where it indexes in 12 different positions in 30-degree increments. I also have an option on the plans that allows people to build these with 24 position, which will index every 15 degrees. And anyway, when they lock down and locate, it locates very solidly and very, very repeatable. And from what you saw in the beginning of the video, it is a very, very rigid device, which is really important in lathe work.